Hey guys, I know you're probably like, what is going on? It is not Monday, but I'm putting out this week's episode early because I'm going to be on vacation with no access to internet, and I wanted to make sure that you guys got your weekly episode of the podcast. I was going to delegate the task to someone else, but I didn't want to get in a situation where something happens, I'm unable to be reached, and then the podcast doesn't come out. So you get to enjoy the show early. Let me know what you guys think. Leave us a review on iTunes, and I will talk to you when I get back.
Work hard for what you want in life.
You work hard for what you want in life.
That your word is your bond, that you do what you say you're going to do.
That your word is your bond, and you do what you say.
That you treat people with dignity and respect.
That you treat people with respect.
Reach of your dream and your willingness to work hard.
The strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them.
Work hard.
Work hard.
Work hard. Work hard. Work hard. Work hard. Work hard.
Hey guys, it's Tatum.
It's your girl Milan.
Girl. Get yourself together.
I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sick and I couldn't hold it. I was trying to hold it or do it before my hey, it's your girl Milan, but I couldn't.
Welcome to episode 52 of the Black Girl Boss Podcast. Oh my gosh, that is funny. Okay, so for today's episode, I kind of want to do the year-end recap episode. So just talking about our wins this year, our lessons, our goals. We have completed like a full year of the podcast. So we are 1 year old in this podcast game. So thank you so much everybody who listens to the show, who shares, who sends us DMs, who shares the page. Like the growth of this podcast within the last year, especially how organic the growth has been, because we were intentional when starting it, but since then we've really focused on growing our own businesses. So it's not like we've done like any elaborate marketing campaigns or anything throughout the course of the show to get the type of love we're getting. So it's 100% organic. So I just want to thank everybody that listens to the show, who shares it, who leaves us reviews, who follows us, who just y'all are the real MVPs for real. So I just want to say thank you to all of the Black girl bosses and not Black girl bosses, because we do have a lot of listeners who aren't necessarily women of color. So shout out to you guys as well. Shout out to the men who listen to this show. So yeah, just thank you guys.
Yes, y'all are super dope.
So wins. Let's talk about wins. What were some of your wins this year?
I don't have any. It's like, no, I have so many. I have so many wins. Oh my gosh. So one, Tatum, and everybody knew this in the beginning. I'm like, oh my God, I do not like I don't hear myself speak. I don't mind speaking in front of people. I just don't like hearing myself speak. But I had so many speaking engagements this year. Like I had 8 speaking engagements, and that was a lot to, for when I said, okay, like I'm going to step into it and do it and everything and really taking on the challenge. So that was definitely a huge win, because when I stepped out of a comfort zone, like I'm used to speaking clearly from undergrad, but I really wasn't like such gung-ho on speaking from a business aspect and stuff. Not because I don't know what I'm talking about. I just didn't want to do it. But stepped out of that realm, and I was a keynote speaker at several events, a panelist. So I think that's a huge win. Another huge win, of course, was, I should have put this one first, I guess, was leaving my 9-to-5.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yes, we strived to do that, and we did it. So it's 4 months strong almost? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's been 4 months, and I haven't been struggling. I haven't had the need to pick up another job or anything. So I guess that is definitely a win and a blessing. And that by itself, the fact that I didn't have to go back or feel the need to pick up a 9-to-5, and that clientele was consistent. Everything was consistent. So that's a win. Getting closer to God was definitely a win. That was something that I had set out to do, was really getting into my Bible and stuff and reshifting my focus and my relationship. That was a win. Cutting a lot of losses in people this year. That was a win, because it changed my life for the better. cutting that negativity out and really focusing on having good energy and just in a positive space. So that was a win. I literally have so many. So I guess those are my tops. Like I won't ramble, but those are the top wins for sure. And just having a successful business and just business is great and feeling comfortable and secure and being able to travel. Hello, can I get a hello for that one? Like traveling, I was everywhere this year. Like I to my freaking flyer miles from Southwest. Hey boo, we got a flight coming up for free off these freaking flyer miles. But yeah, being able to travel was definitely a win. We're not getting any younger. So I want to live life, my best life to the fullest as much as I can. And if it means traveling everywhere, then honey, I'm on a flight.
Yes, I know that's right.
Those are my wins. Like I said, I had many, but those are the ones I'll, put out there.
Yes, congratulations on a great year. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. What are your wins?
So definitely same as you, self-employed, getting closer to God, a successful business, especially introducing or transitioning my youth program to this new business. I did that this year. So not only making that transition successfully, but having a successful business is just such a blessing. And then having a successful business where I'm able to help other people have successful businesses. I think that's what makes me the happiest is the fact that I literally have the best clients ever. And I be praying when God sends me people, like, send me people that I can help, send me people that need me, send me people that want to see results in their businesses. And literally, I've had no problems out of my clients at all. Thank God. I've had no horror stories, nothing. So I just want to thank my clients because they are the real MVP. So that's definitely a win for me this year. Just being able to launch a new business, having it be successful quickly, and having people who are dope to help as well. Then I spoke at a major conference this year. So speaking at Blogalicious was awesome. So I was excited to speak at a conference of that magnitude. Was like a big deal for me. So I'm used to like the smaller events and things like that, but an actual conference was like pretty dope. So that was definitely a big win. And then what else? Oh, I got to do my youth program in the fall. So that was a big deal for me because I knew as I was transitioning into this new business, I'm never going to stop helping the youth. So it was important for me to still be able to give back to teens, teen girls, even while I'm doing this new business. So I was able to do that through the after school program. So I'm super, super excited that I was able to do that. And then lastly, I think this year I really came into my own as who I am as a Black girl boss, because there is a difference between like who you are personally and who you are as a business owner. It's kind of the same thing as like work. When you go to work, we're Black, so we have to code switch when we at work. So you can't talk as freely as you may want to at work. You can't, you probably are way more peppy or excited at work. So the white people in charge don't be trying to make it seem like you negative or anything. Like we know what the code switch is when we go to work. But I think as an entrepreneur, it was hard for me in the beginning to try to like figure out who I am as a business owner and getting confident in that. Like I always knew what I was good at. I always knew I was good at what I did. I was going to help people. I was never insecure in my abilities, but really figuring out like that persona, I think was a little bit difficult for me because naturally I'm very reserved and guarded. But through this podcast and through what I have to do, let's say on social media and things like that, you have to be more open and more transparent and you have to talk more, etc. And that's not naturally who I am. My friends and people that I know personally get to see that side, but like I'm probably the person that won't say nothing the whole time. So just really owning my voice as an entrepreneur was something that I was able to do this year. Now, like this stuff, because of that, like in 2018, y'all are gonna be like, oh, okay. Just because like that uncertainty I might have had before, or that kind of, I don't know the right word to say it, but I guess I'll just stick with uncertainty. So that uncertainty I might have had before, that's like dead. You really can't tell me nothing now. And in a humble way, of course, but now that I finally know like my voice and I have the confidence in who I am as that black girl boss, you really not going to be able to tell me nothing. So y'all get ready, because 2018 is going to be lit as far as like the stuff I'm putting together, the things we're going to be talking about, just like everything is going to be lit. So what are like some of your lessons from this year?
Ooh, some of my lessons. One, don't let someone else's shortcomings, downfalls, and negativity trap you.
What you mean?
Meaning, like, if someone has friends, family, whomever has shortcomings and whatever, and you know how like people let to put their weight on you, you like take on their weight so much that you feel like, you know, you can help them and all that stuff, that you end up trapped. And you end up in something that you're stuck in, and you don't know how to get out of because you feel so embedded in helping them that you're trapped and you're losing yourself and you're losing your own focus. So that was a huge lesson. Like, sometimes people just gotta grow on their own. Like, that's not your problem. That's not your business. Another lesson I learned this year was that it's okay as a business owner when you have clients to release your clients.
Talk about it.
Like, let them go, because they're going to sometimes be a more harm to your business than anything. Like, if they're not really providing you much benefit, even if they are providing you much benefit, but they're causing you more headache than anything, let them go, because you don't need that headache. Your business doesn't need that stress. And at the end of the day, if they're not listening, they're not doing anything that you're saying or benefiting you as far as your services that you're trying to render to them and showing it in a positive light, let them go, because that will come back to haunt you, bite you in the butt, because people are looking to see who's working with them, who's doing X, Y, and Z. And if they see that this person is doing this, and the third, and they come to find out that your name is somewhere tied to them, it's going to be a reflection of you. So let them go. I'm all about letting go now at this point. Let it go. Let it go. Let them go. Let it go. Another lesson learned this year was definitely from email marketing. Like, Tatum taught me a lot with email marketing, taught me a couple of lessons as far as really hitting those sales points. So shout out to T-Dog for those sales points in those email marketing. Like, I was sending out emails, I wasn't really paying attention, like where you could add certain things and where you could add certain links and how it could be more effective. So shout out to T for that. Oh, dang, can I go back some? I disrespected my own self. One of my wins was I graduated with my master's. Like, how disrespectful am I?
Yes, congrats.
I looked over at my dresser and saw my degree looking at me like, so you forgot, huh?
Right, exactly.
I just looked at the corner of my eye like, yikes. Another lesson that I learned is not only knowing when to release clientele, but knowing when to take clientele. Knowing when to put that standard on yourself and that worth on yourself. Like, just knowing when it's like, okay, am I going to have 10 clients that are not really what I want my brand to be in the next 5 to 10 years? Do I have 10 clients that really don't represent my brand, but I'm just trying to make money? Or am I going to be okay with these 3 clients, who represent my brand, who are still, being able to pay me, but they're listening, they're doing X, Y, and Z, like they're the quality client, they're the standard client. You just have to know when to accept clientele and not really I know a lot of people accept clientele just to say they have a huge roster.
Right.
But it's always,
Sorry to cut you off, but I was going to ask, what did you start doing though to kind of better vet those clients so that you can make sure and be sure that the people that you're bringing on are the person?
So I know I mentioned this in previous episode. Of course, you have a questionnaire to fill out before you even get to the discovery call. So in the questionnaire, I asked, of course, a budget. And of course, they're going to pick the lowest budget. So that's fine, because the lowest budget is social media consultation. Sorry, I said $350. I'll let y'all know that openly. $350. So I said $350. So that was one of those processes, like just setting that budget, and then you get on the phone with the discovery. Because of course, I'm always willing to hear what you have to say, hear you out, because you may say something and I'm like, oh, okay, well, actually, you don't need that, because people don't know, especially when it comes to PR. They don't know. And then I could hear something like, you really just need branding help. And then we could really get into that. So as we start talking in that discovery call and adding that discovery call to help, that free 30 minutes, because then at that 30-minute mark, ding, 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 time's up, talk to you, that's it. But adding that discovery call help. So we're talking and we're like, okay, we're finding different things that you may need. And they're like, I was like, so what is your budget? Your budget really this, that, and third. And then you'll come to find out sometimes their budget's really not that. They just were unsure what they needed. And then sometimes you'll hear that the budget is $350 or whatever. And you're like, okay, well, for that, this is all you can get, X, Y, and Z. Maybe you should revisit, or maybe I can refer you to another publicist who does the third. So that helped a lot. Like, I don't mind hearing people out, but listen, that questionnaire also helps, because I had somebody put down that he was the vagina slayer as his brand.
What? Yeah.
So that helps too, because you get to see people's brand names, their websites, their social media. You get to check them out well beforehand. So checking them out, and then so you can always, see it. If it's somebody you don't want to work with, you can email them. So that helps too. Like the questionnaire, having that budget listed in there, and then the discovery call definitely helped vet those people out. Because do y'all think I had a discovery call with the vagina slayer?
No.
Exactly. No. So that helps. And then when I see what people are looking for, what their brand's description is, if it doesn't fall under entertainment, celebrities, or lifestyle, it's no point in even getting on the phone together. So I'll just kindly email them back, let them know that we don't fall in, in the category that you're looking for. However, I do know X, Y, and Z. Please reach out to them, and I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to help you further. So yeah, that helped a lot. That helped a lot. And then I think the change of the website helped too, because now it reads a certain level. It has a certain precedent on it. So when you come there, you probably like, oh, this looks expensive. And you know how you look at the menu and it's no prices?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't put my prices on my website because I just want you to just take it in like this is like a 5-star restaurant. This is expensive. This is yeah. So that helped too. So that's what helped me with that. Those are pretty much my main lessons. I'm sick, guys, and my ears are clogged, and my brain is probably not even functioning to its full capacity right now. So that's all the lessons that I could think of off the top of my head that really had impacted this year. Oh, and really just making sure that, whatever service you're putting out and that you have, whatever service you have in your business are all fully functioning and able to make revenue before you bring something else in.
Facts. Do not freaking expand too quickly. Like what I watch a lot of Shark Tank, one of my favorite shows, and it's like one of the top mistakes that a lot of new business owners make is they expand too quickly, and then they just end up failing altogether because they didn't get excellent at one thing before they tried to move on to the next thing. So yeah, I agree with that. I also was going to talk about too, like the importance of figuring out what type of brand you want to be first. So like you said, you change some things up to attract a different type of person, because especially in service-based businesses, our clients are a reflection of us, and their results are a reflection of us and our capabilities. And so one thing that I really learned this year too, not even just for myself, but as I was testing out different things and paying attention to different things, is that when you're at a certain price point, you attract a certain level of person. Somebody who is only paying like $99, well, expensive is relative. So let me say that it depends on your budget. But if you're only charging, let's say $27 for something, you're going to get a $27 person. So having a certain price point automatically weeds out a lot of the fakes, because a lot of the fakes can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And also too, I actually took budget off of my questionnaire for people to sign up for a call with me, just because something I've also learned too is that people figure it out. It might not be in their budget, but once they realize how much they need it and is how relevant or important it is for their goals, then they'll find the money. So too, that's the reason why I did take that out. Yeah, but like I said, when you have a certain level of premium pricing, you attract a premium person. And that's something that I learned. Because when I did Black Girl Boss University, when I did it in like the monthly format at first, and it was like $49 a month, like people's cards wasn't going through and this, that, and the other. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. Like, I'm not waking up out of bed to be worried about if somebody's $49 went through. Like, I'm not doing that. So that's one reason I stopped it. But also, when my clients, I have no payment issues out of my clients, zero. And my product or my service is not $49. So you just attract a different commitment level of person. And also, they're very committed, because it's like, and same thing when I invested into a coach, it was like, I have to get everything I can out of this program, because I'm cleaning buildings, I'm eating spaghetti and oodles and noodles so I could pay for this chick. Like, I got to make sure that I'm doing what I have to do. So it's the same thing. And also, I've gotten people who I have people who I work with, and they might tell me somebody else that they work with.
Right.
And then now they're coming to me, though. So my first question is always like, well, why didn't you get what you needed to get from them? So I'm going to that person to kind of look to see what they got going on. There's no reason why somebody has paid a competitor or somebody in the same industry as me. There's no reason why they have paid that person $40 or $60 and they're paying me thousands.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it just shows that it's okay to be a premium brand. When people see that value in you and you know what you're doing and you have the results, the success stories, etc. You have the experience and things like that. It's okay to be a premium brand because people are going to pay for that. And you're going to get a good person. You're going to get the people that's committed to you. More success stories, because like I said, when you paying that money, you ain't necessarily got to throw away. Your commitment level is going to be a little bit different. Right. So for everybody that's still coming up with their brand, like, stop trying to think about what people could pay for, and instead set your price to where it needs to be and find the people who can afford it. Period.
Absolutely. Look, listen. Such know your worth. What did we say? Be treated like you Diddy or Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm. Because I know I couldn't imagine if I was out here hustling for $49 a month.
Yeah, no.
I'm so stressed. I could not even go on vacation because I'm probably trying to figure out, like, I need to make sure I get 30 or however many people that make any type of real money. Like,
yeah, facts.
My winery is not getting bought off $49.
Yes, winery.
Yeah, so but a big lesson for me this year was users and leeches see potential too. And what I mean by that is, I told y'all how I was kind of going through just being more secure or finding my voice of who I am as a Black girl boss. Not Tatum. I know who Tatum is, but who, let's say Tatum to me is my Black girl bossness, who she is. Was something that I really came into this year. But one thing I realized was people were always like, I would draw people to me. And it was kind of weird because I'd be like, I'm not even saying nothing. I probably talk less than anybody else in the room because I'm not a chatty patty at all. I would rather only talk when I have something meaningful to say. I'm not the person in the room that's going to out-talk everybody. So like, I probably would talk the less. However, when I do speak, it's something of value because I don't speak all the time. But what I realized was I was attracting a lot of people to me, and I'm like trying to figure out like what is up, like, and I don't take it as like, because I am guarded, I don't automatically take that as like a flattering thing. I take it as a what's going on, what do you want type of thing. Mm-hmm. And something that somebody close to me told me, and I was attracting the people I was attracting. Some of them, my red flags, my discernment was going off like, nah. So I was talking to somebody I trust, I don't know, one of my friends, and they were like, people see that potential in you. Like, I know that you know that you're going to be successful and you're going to be a multi-millionaire and you're going to be like this high-level person. You know that you may not be there yet, but other people can sniff out that potential too. It's the same way like a gold digger could sniff out like a rich man.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So people sniff that out as well. So it's important for you guys that's listening, like as you're growing in your business or as you're tapping into your potential and as you're walking into your destiny and who God called you to be, that your discernment is like at an all-time high, because those leeches and those users could be disguised as somebody that you always admired. It can be disguised as like that opportunity that you always wanted. So don't give people too much credit, because I've met like some very successful people who are just all over the daggone place, or people who are very successful in a business venture, but were horrible human beings. You know what I mean? So don't ever put anybody on like a pedestal to where you aren't using your discernment when you meet them, because they can be leeches and users as well.
Amen.
So my next lesson was a relationship. I know we went through the whole spirituality thing last episode, but a relationship with God literally is the only way. It's the only way that you're going to break through that glass ceiling. It's the only way that you're going to reach the level of success that you want to reach. It's literally the only way. So you need to prioritize your relationship with God just as much as you prioritize your business or investing in yourself or whatever. Invest in your spiritual self too, because that's like going to be the foundation of anything. And also, since we brought up relationships, who you date, y'all, like, I know we've talked about relationships over the course of this show this past year, but like who you date literally can make or break your business. Especially as women, we get caught up in the feelings of relationships and being in love and stuff like that. Who you date can make or break your business. And I know firsthand from the positive aspect of it. Like the relationship I'm in now has made me better as a business owner and as a person. And that's never happened before for me. Because I've had good relationships. Like, I haven't just been out here dating F-boys. Like, I've really had good relationships, but this relationship has really just helped push me into who I'm supposed to be, like providing stability, providing that constant encouragement, believing in me and speaking to the winner in me and all of that stuff, being there for me when, during those tough moments where everybody else isn't around. Like, having the right relationship, I'm telling you, will really just catapult you into who you are. I know we get into the strong woman thing sometimes, and I'm at Miss Independent and etc. And we are, like, as Black women, we the bomb by ourselves, period. However, nobody is created to be by themselves. So when you get into a relationship, just make sure, again, your discernment is up as you're dating, or even if you're in your current relationship. It's the end of the year. It's a good time to start breaking up with people. So just let him know, like, hey, bro, like, you can't go into 2018 with me. Like, do what you gotta do. But no, having the right relationship really is important. So make sure your relationship with God is on point so he could send you the right person, and don't get caught up in all the superficial things or whatever. But yeah, God is the only way. And then my last lesson was, and this was a big lesson for me, is it's okay to have substance in a world of superficial. And I say that because when I first became an entrepreneur, when I was doing my youth program, I didn't really have to be on social media like that because my target audience wasn't on Instagram or anything like that. So I didn't have to be an active social media user in order to make money. But now, because my audience for my current business is like that, I have to be online more. And so as I was kind of like preparing to start this business and things like that, it was like, oh my God, everybody is so superficial. And I told you, I don't like to just be doing stuff to be doing it. Like, I believe in having substance and providing things of value and speaking when you actually have something of value to say and not just chatty pattying about nothing. So, like, for me, it was almost intimidating because it was like, don't nobody care about, like, this type of stuff. Basically, everything we've been talking about over the last year, like, nobody cares about this stuff. People just care about, like, being rich and flashy and wearing Fashion Nova and driving nice cars. And, like, nobody really cares about the substance part or growing as people and learning to love yourself and growing to who you are as a business owner and the lessons, all of this stuff. I was like, nobody really cares about that. And it was discouraging for me. So me being somebody who's not superficial, it was like, how do I even fit in to that? So, and that's just me being transparent. So, but just as this year has gone on, it was like, no, people really care. And people are actually drawn to that because there is so much superficial. And I believe that that's why this show has been so successful, is because we are not on here talking about, like, what we've bought or anything superficial at all. I don't even think, have we even ever talked about anything like flashy? I'm trying to think.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think we have.
Huh?
I don't think we have. I'm broke. I ain't got nothing.
Stupid.
I don't got nothing. So I ain't got nothing to talk about this flashy. No, we haven't, though. In all seriousness. Only thing we talk, if anything, we talk about the struggles of not being able to do those things. Mm-hmm. We talked about my birthday, but that's your birthday. Mm-hmm. You mentioned your trip with BJ coming up, but yeah, no.
Yeah, so we haven't even talked about that stuff. And maybe it's because we ain't got Bentleys and stuff yet. Oh, no. We might be a little bit different once we start going out in furs in the summertime with our with our diamonds and Rolexes on. We might.
Right, but until that day comes.
Until that day comes, we ain't superficial. So, but yeah, I just really learned that people really are drawn to like meaningful things. And so for you guys, I know there's a lot of people who may feel like because they are, I guess, too deep or have a lot to say or don't want to talk about the same old meaningless thing, that they don't have a voice in this world, but you really, really do. And this podcast just proves that you do have a voice and people do want to hear what you have to say. I thought the exact same thing, but the amount of people's lives that we've been able to touch with this show, the DMs that we get, the emails, etc., like it just shows that there is a need for that. So yeah, that was something I really learned. Like it's okay to just be me in that aspect and not have to feel like I have to dumb myself down or make myself less deep in order to be successful. So that was definitely a huge lesson for me. That's why I said y'all ain't about to tell me nothing in 2018. Okay, I'm about to be dropping these gems, changing businesses. Like this year has taught me let the lion out the cage because it's okay, and that's exactly what's finna happen. So yeah. So what are some of your goals? Let's talk goals for 2018.
My goals for 2018. Get a penthouse, get a G-Wagon. Seriously, y'all laughing. I'm dead serious. Because if I get a G-Wagon and a penthouse, that means I'm income goals, okay? If I can afford those two things at the same time. Really just taking my business to the next level, and that next level really looks like tapping into more of those high-end celebrity clients. Mm-hmm. Your little Uzis, your Cardi B's. Clearly, I can't get Cardi because she has a publicist. Shout out to Patience. But, those clients, those high-end clients that are the A-listers that I want to see, that I want to have under the company. So really shifting my focus. And I think this big announcement that we have is going to, help with that. It's going to put me in a better position to do that. Because where we are right now, it's not really, prominent. It's not really a area where that can happen. So that's a goal. I was serious about the G-Wagon, so I don't think that was actually off the list. It's actually still on the list. Penthouse was still on the list too. Growing more and stronger as a businesswoman for sure. Just learning more next year. Definitely taking opportunities to, if I see a course or something that's beneficial, really going into that, really tapping into those courses and not being afraid to try different things. Having a successful brunch, since the brunch is in a new location, it's definitely been different. It's different. I started ticket sales earlier this year because I just didn't know. Like I wanted to at least build some type of security by January, which is cool, which I do. Definitely having a successful brunch. Just seeing my clients excel based off of my expertise and what I can provide to them. That's like a really big thing for me. Just continuing to see that, continuing to pick up that clientele in 2018 because we're going to be 3. Mm-hmm. So in that 3rd year, I want to, still have this momentum, still have that role that we've been having, especially going into a year being self-employed next year. Like that, I definitely need to see that. I need to see those good numbers, hitting those 6-figure chick numbers. Mm-hmm. What else? A goal. Can I say this is a goal or is this I was like, I had to think about it. Like, is this a goal? I've thought about it. So it may enter my goal list. I've been thinking very, 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 very long and hard about going back to school.
What?
I know, right? So,
Dr. Mobley?
Dr. Mobley.
Oh, okay.
I've been thinking long and hard about it. Like I said, long and hard. It's not on the goal list yet, like to get in and accomplish it. But it's a thought, so it may be added to the goal list. I will add that out there. So just be patient and wait on it. If y'all see that I'm enrolled in this school, just know we had this conversation today. Okay. Yeah, those are the goals. I just want to continue to focus and to win. Like I don't want to it's like no specific thing, just to be focused and to win and just to be close to God. Like I don't have like, you know, that right there is just enough for me.
Yeah.
If I'm close to God and I'm focused, and everything else is just gonna fall into place. And I'm just in that space now after everything that I went through this year with a bunch of different things. It's just like that's just my main thing in 18. Like staying true to myself and what I want to see happen and what I know God has in store for me, and really focusing on that and not really pulling too many other things in.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of said the same thing too. For my next year is, I said my circle is closed, but I say that like with also my ears and eyes open, that if God wants me to let somebody else in as far as like personally, then I would. But I really know that I have to be, because of where God's taking me, I have to be so protective of myself and my space, who I allow around me, like things like that, because the wrong energy can just throw everything off. So I'm totally with you. Like, I'm just really praying for my discernment to be at an all-time high next year, for my focus to be on God. Don't let any type of success take me away from who provided that success to me. So I'm with you. Like, I'm trying to make sure my footing is like planted seriously in God, because I'm not trying to mess up my blessings by getting big-headed or by letting anybody who ain't supposed to be around me be around me.
Absolutely. Don't let the devil win, girl.
Exactly. So I have a few goals that I'm willing to say publicly. Sometimes we forget how many people won't listen to this. So I had to like review my list real quick and like, okay, take that off. Girl, right. Don't say that. But yeah, so I'm definitely trying to take a trip for the 1 year self-employed. So I'm looking now, but I definitely want to take a trip, because one of my bigger goals, not bigger, but just one of my goals for next year is to have more fun. Because this year I worked a lot. I worked so hard and I did so much. And I'm still going to work hard next year, but I'm definitely going to enjoy things a little bit more. So this cruise I'm going on this week is like a good way to kind of start that off. And then I'm going to LA for my birthday in February, the All-Star weekend. So I'm excited. So I think BJ just trying to one-up me for real, because as soon as I said we going on a cruise, he was like, all right, so for your birthday, we going to All-Star. I'm like, hold up. Don't make this a competition, okay? But anyway, so
look, that's good competition. Okay, I don't see nobody else on here complaining.
So he trying to play me, but it's cool. Well, we going to All-Star for my birthday. I'm definitely gonna be planning a trip. I want to go like on vacation or go somewhere at least once a quarter. It don't have to be like no elaborate thing, because I'm speaking at a conference in February in Atlanta. So I'm going to stay in Atlanta though for like a week. So I want to do like some fun stuff. Me and my aunt said we want to do like a ratchet reality tour. So we're going to be going to like K. Michelle's restaurant and go to like Black Ink Atlanta. Probably get like a small tattoo or something.
Uh-oh.
So,
girl, they know that's the season. They got clowns running their shop, threatening him. Don't go in there. He ain't no good.
Right. So just doing stuff like that. So it don't have to be like an elaborate trip every quarter, but just like something fun. So that's something I definitely want to do next year. I want to have 4 paid speaking engagements next year. So speaking engagements, you can get paid a few ways. You can either get paid to go, or you can do what they call like the free to fee method, to where you speak for free, but there's an upsell or something involved to where you could still make money off of the opportunity. But so I've been doing a lot of those, but I want to do more of you going to run me my money to be there. So that's, I want to do at least 4 of those. I want to hire my social media manager. So her and I talked, and I asked her for like, how much would she charge, or what would her ideal salary be. So she told me, I'm like, okay, cool. So my goal is definitely by the end of the year to be able to hire her on a full-time basis. So I'm excited about that. What else? I want to find a millionaire mentor. So I got my eyes and ears open. I'm praying for God to tell me the right person, because again, everybody who's successful ain't got their life together and their heart not right. So I definitely want I'm praying for God to like tell me who that person is or introduce me to them or whatever. But I definitely want a millionaire mentor next year. What else is I could say? What'd you say?
I said, go ahead. Why not?
Yeah. So
Get $1 million. Got to be around $1 million.
Yep. Got to see what the other side of that tax bracket is like.
Hello. I pick.
What else? Oh, child. So look, one of my goals next year is to stop. Is to be 100% delivered from cursing.
Delivered.
So y'all pray for me because I have a potty mouth. So the Lord is not through with me yet. Like, just pray for me.
Ooh, okay. I got my fingers crossed for you and a prayer for you that you will accomplish that.
I'm trying to just get to the point where I say, like, shoot, if I hit my foot on like a chair. You know what I mean? Like, or get to the point where I'm like, darn it. You know, like I'm trying to get there to where that's like my natural reaction to stuff. But I have to be so intentional when it comes. It's easy to not curse professionally because it's like, you know, it's that code switch thing. It's easy. Like when you're around your mama, you probably don't cuss. But, you know, it's easy in that sense. Like in the sense of that being like 24/7 or somebody piss you off to like get everything you got to say out without dropping an F-bomb or saying like it is hard. I don't care what nobody say. Shout out to everybody who don't curse, but I've been cursing since middle school. So it's going to be hard. I remember the day I said my first cuss word. Like it's going to be so hard to totally erase that off. But again, transparency, God is not through with me. I am not a perfect Christian. So just pray for me, y'all, because this mouth, I got some bars, okay? This mouth gets terrible sometimes. So, yeah, those are my goals I'm willing to talk about for next year. But I'm overall just excited. I think the end of the year always brings just a sense of just excitement for what's going to happen in the new year. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely excited. So you have an announcement before we roll this out. So take it away.
So this is bittersweet. It's bittersweet in all aspects because I want to miss a lot of things. But I'm pregnant.
I almost cussed. Why are you pregnant? I just said I'm gonna stop cussing.
Because I know they probably was sitting there waiting and I had to just drop the bomb. No, guys, I'm moving to Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, I will no longer be in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. And I know you guys are probably like, okay, so what does that mean for the podcast? Mm-hmm. So that means that I will no longer be a part of the Black Girl Boss podcast. I'm always going to be a Black Girl Boss, duh. But I will not be here, so you won't hear my voice. But the podcast is going to continue to flourish. It is going to continue to be amazing because Tatum is effing dope. This platform would not be here if it wasn't for her. And I'm definitely grateful that she reached out to me the day that she did a year and some change ago, actually, because it was in November when we had our first meeting.
No, it's August.
Was it? It was August. No, was it? It was hot. It was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot. No, when we had our first meeting, the first meeting.
It could. Well, we had like we went to happy hour first. That had to be like
that was right. That was us. So what was the other meeting? The
other meeting you talking about was in August. So that means we had to meet one-on-one before that. So that we had to meet like in maybe July.
Jesus, it's been that long, that quick?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That just shows how time flies, guys. Like, literally. Like, this year, it's been a quick year. So, I say all that to say, Tatum, I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
I love all of you who listen. You guys are amazing. Make sure you follow me to keep up with Atlanta because Atlanta's going to be crazy. Like I'm trying to tell y'all. I already told Tatum some tea. I can't tell y'all that yet because you can't block your blessings. But Tatum is the person I confide in. So y'all can't know that yet. But just pay attention. Keep your eyes open, your ears open. And you'll see so much more of the Milan Mobley. And yeah, I love you guys. And I just want you guys to continue to listen and take all these gems in that Tatum will continue to drop to you.
So I just have one request.
Yes.
I don't want to turn on my TV and see you on Love and Hip Hop.
First of all, you know how I feel about that.
We know the Lord's still working with you, because I know if the wrong person say something, you will go home. So I do not need you on nobody's TV screen.
If they have me on TV, you know how like they have it like, oh, such and such friend, and you just sitting there listening. You like, listen, this is not right, and you're not in no confessionals. You just a quick. That's probably what, because this probably gonna be one of my clients. I got a feeling because God gonna bless me, and He gonna probably bless me with one of them Love and Hip Hop clients. I'm like, listen, Mona, I'm here to eat this food. I'm not saying no words. Don't even put my name up there. Just let me be. This don't matter. Don't even have to talk to me, okay? Don't. And I'm not here. If you feel like you got to shoot this day, let me know so I don't schedule a meeting. I'm not going on nobody's Love and Hip Hop, because you're right, because I will drag, flag, and smack one of them girls. God's working on me. Remember that, y'all. He's working. He is working. I have bit my tongue a lot this year. I have held my hands a lot this year, okay? Because I have to remember that I have a lot to lose. So, yes, be patient with me.
Yes, but no, I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited to just watch, like, your growth, all of the amazing things that you're going to be doing. So I'm going to be praying for you, praying for protection, praying for blessings, praying for the right people to come into your life, praying for just unfathomable opportunities, like those opportunities that you couldn't even think to actually want for yourself to come for you. So I'm just so excited, so proud of you. And don't forget about little old me.
I should be saying that to you, okay? You take us on a trip every quarter. Listen, I'm lucky to take one every year.
Whatever, you coming with me in May, so I don't know what you talking about.
Yes, turn up. I'm there. Just let me know how much of my coin needs to be set aside so I can pre-plan, self-employed pre-plan. Okay.
Yes. And it's tax write-offs, by the way. That's why it's good to take these trips. You could just write them off as business trips.
Okay. Hold on, wait. We can't. Somebody gonna listen to this, hate them. Cut. The IRS is always listening. They gonna be like, oh, okay. So when we see this come through and Tatum Harris is taking trips, we know it was personal. And you just cut and print. Beautiful, guys. Dynamite.
That's funny.
But nah, seriously, guys, it is a business expense, actually, because she has to go travel out of state to go accumulate new clients. So yeah, it is a business expense.
Yeah, that's a perk of being a business owner. You can write off almost your whole life if you do it right.
Yeah. So. Don't do it carelessly, though. That's a gem that I'm pretty sure Tatum gonna talk about in the new year, but don't do it carelessly.
I'm spending new money.
We ain't never had no old money.
Man, listen. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for hanging in there with us this year. It's been an amazing year. I'm excited to just watch the show grow. Definitely follow Milan and keep up with what she has going on. She will definitely probably be back on the show again, talking about the great things that she has going on. Yeah, so that's it. See ya.
See ya.